Okay, we're going to work on the butts and the guts today because, it's just something we need to work on constantly. And as we age and decondition, the first thing we lose is our butt. And that's how come when you look at out of shape older people, we all see flat butts, round bellies, and we got to reverse it to flat belly, round butt. So that's what I want you to think about today as we're doing the things that we do. But we're going to start out with rolling out our right foot. Abs are nice and tight. As always, feet are parallel.
She wants to follow my lead.
I do. I want to know exactly how to feel.
Keep breathing.
I'll do my best. Yeah, just
You're going to be the teacher.
so you knew something, didn't you?
Well, maybe we'll do that.
No.
Everybody's hot.
Linda steps in.
Okay, switch sides, roll it out. Just see what it feels like on this side. Abs are nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down and back. Head is over your pelvic floor.
Try to really initiate that movement from your hip rather than just your knee.
Today's Tuesday, yes? It is
Yes.
Tuesday. So this weekend, Maria and I had a heavy weekend of dating at Home Depot and Savers.
Savers. We went from Home Depot on Saturday to Savers on Sunday, stepping it right up.
Ball goes underneath your right foot again, under the ball of your foot first. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to curl those toes around. You're going to use the heel of your left foot to get those toes to curl around. This impacts shoulder mechanics, believe it or not, because this anterior arch of your foot, when you step forward, tells the opposite shoulder to turn on. So this is actually affecting your left shoulder as we're pushing down the right toes. And that's how come people with shoulder problems, we look to their feet. Okay, switch sides. Just warming up stuff. Toes down. Jaws relaxed. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. You want to drop the ball over the ball of your foot and now push your toes down.
I was doing it without the roller.
It's hard without the roller.
Everybody, I know, balance the roller.
It's because I'm the teacher.
Abs are nice and tight.
No. I promise you that.
Oh, but this one helps with the coffee table at night. Okay, go ahead, step off the ball. We're just going to do some foot motion. You're going to bend your toes in both directions. Just bend them back and forth. Make sure your toes can open up.
You can tell that Michael's kicked that coffee table
Yeah.
several times in the last few weeks.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you don't walk right.
No, what I do is I get up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then
All I hear is, ow!
I think I can move around at night. What I forget is we have 2 miniature dogs that like moving things around.
The coffee table?
Yeah. Yes. No, they move their toys around, and then I have to navigate their toys.
That's his excuse.
Okay. Finally, we can stretch our calf out. We also want to stretch out the calf because the calf's such a powerful muscle. Maria's going to want me to put it under my right foot. Abs are nice and tight. The calf is such a powerful muscle, it can override your butt muscle. Abs are nice and tight. And you can see this most often in men. They'll have these like super tight calves, but no butt. And that's how much it can override. Pump your hips forward, keep your feet parallel, abs nice and tight, suck in that tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back, and you're breathing. Yeah, it's always interesting to see men with really gigantic calves and a belly.
Wait, say that again?
Gigantic calves,
Yes, you see
because it turns off the butt. And then the belly can turn off too, and so they get tight calves, big belly.
Stabilize with the butt. Turn.
No, not stabilizing with the butt. Stabilizing with the calves.
No, they're
move
doing
it.
everything else with the calves, and they clench
Yeah.
their butt and they turn off their belly.
That's why it flattens their butt.
Okay, we're going to take our hips to the side now. You're going to open up what's called your glute medius. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. You'll notice when your hip goes to the side, you just almost automatically want to turn off your abs. Don't turn off your abs. You're going to bend and straighten that left leg as you go to the side. And now you're going to angle it slightly forward. This will get what's called your tensor fasciae lata. Help you guys with weak hips. Okay, staying here, abs are nice and tight. You're going to bring your knee to your chest. Try to get your knee above the level of your hip and then put it back down. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Make sure those toes aim down when you lift the foot up. That's just good mechanics. I think the single most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me, I was leading a hike and I said, make sure your toes are down, and my toes were up and I just went tumbling down the hill. Switch sides. Same thing on this side. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. You're going to pump your hips forward. How do you know you got your hips forward enough? It should actually relax your low back. If it doesn't relax your low back, you're not getting far enough, or you're turning off your abs. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. So you guys now know, at least on your left side, you can bring your leg up with your heel down. And that's important when in the environment suddenly changes and your heel drops down. You will be surprised how many people cannot manage that one motion.
Me?
Okay, to the side. Keep your abs engaged. Keep breathing.
Smile up.
Jaws relaxed. Okay, now off at an angle to get that tensor fasciae lata. Suck in that tummy. These are sit-ups. Keep breathing.
10.
Okay, now we're just going to lift that leg up above the level of our knee. Toe points down as your foot or your knee comes up. Keep breathing. Okay, now the games begin. All right, we're going to take our right foot forward, left foot is back. Heel is off the ground, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're going to hinge forward first. We're just really draw that abdomen, straight spine, no pressure in your low back, rollers in your left hand. Yeah. Right hand goes to rear, suck in that tummy. Just get your chest up. There we go. Hey, everyone looks great. And then here we go. We're going to hinge forward, come back up. You're using your butt, nothing into your low back. Maybe a tiny bit of your hamstring. Keep breathing. Watch the alignment, a knee over the top of your foot.
10.
Okay, now stay forward, chest up. We're going to do a hamstring curl. What's important is your knee does not move forward. We're talking about your left knee. You're just bending it and straightening it. So don't move it forward. Stays to the rear. And then that will work your right butt cheek. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Get everything aligned up. Your knee over the top of your foot. Push your hips back. No pressure into that low back because your abs are on. And then here we go. Your feet are parallel. You're working your butt, maybe a little bit your hamstring. Smiles are up.
10.
Okay, stay forward. Don't let your knee move forward. And then you're going to bend and straighten that right leg. You're loading your left butt cheek. Feel anything?
10.
Okay, we're switching side. And then Yes, that is the correct answer. Push your hips back this time, no roller. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to do it slow, 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 slow first. So this is teaching us stabilization. Your abs are nice and tight. You're hinging from your hip, not from your low back. No pressure in your low back.
Make sure you're not blowing out that belly. You're sucking it in, hollowing out as you hinge forward.
Fire up those lats. Feel your butt yet? You guys are getting it.
Suffering in silence.
What number are we on?
9, 10.
Okay, now we stay in the same position as we do it quickly. You're gonna touch, go, touch, go. No pressure in your low back. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy. You should feel your butt burning.
8, 9, 10.
Okay, staying in this position, we're gonna go for a run. Remember where your rear foot is. So we're gonna bring it forward and then back down. Stay low. Your head doesn't go up. It stays at the same height. There you go. You guys are wonderful sprinters. Whoops.
9, 10.
Okay, switch sides.
Now ask us if we feel something.
Do you feel anything? Okay, back behind you. You get to fire up your right butt cheek. Notice how easy it is to find. Abs are nice and tight. Sucking your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. We're gonna go nice and slow. Keep breathing.
Remember, no airbagging. Hollow
Yes.
out that belly.
Slow and controlled. This is stabilization. So always when we're looking at athletes, we want to find out if they can be ballistic or if they can stabilize. Ideally, we want both.
10.
Okay, now we're going to do it quickly. Here we go. Touch the ground, no pressure in your low back. You're working your butt.
Keep that back leg fired up.
Ooh, don't take my eyes off the prize.
Nine, 10.
Okay, stay in this position. We're in running position. You're going to remember where your right foot is. Bring your knee to your chest and then put it back down. Your head does not move. Smiles are up. Smiles are up.
10.
Now feet come together. We do hip circles. Only from the hips. Not from the knees, not from the shoulders, not from the head. Keep breathing. Draw your abs in.
Eight, 10.
Opposite direction. Okay, right leg forward, left leg back. Feet are parallel once again. You're going to start out with your hand on the roller, reaching out as far as you possibly can. Front leg is bent, knees over top of your foot, rear leg is straight. Okay, so what you're going to do is try to lower down your left hip and then lift it up. As you do, you tighten your abs, lower down, lift up. So your abs are on the whole time, but they get super tight when your hip comes up. You're working primarily your right butt cheek. This is a reverse function on the glute max. Make sure your quad's on. We're going to do 20 of these because they're so easy. Because class has gotten too easy. We had complaints in our complaint box. You know how John Hancock signed his name really large on the Declaration of Independence? It said Gillen.
18, 19, 20.
Okay, stay in this position. You're going to take your foot off the ground. Keep that leg back behind you. So it's just floating off the ground. You're going to open and close. You're using that right butt cheek still. Watch the alignment of your right knee over the top of your foot, that it stays there. Straight spine, no pressure in your low back. This matters when you're jumping and you're landing.
10.
Okay, switch sides. Feel anything yet?
Yes.
Okay, reach forward, knees bent, knees over the top of your foot, abs are nice and tight, back is straight, sucking in your tummy. Lower down your right hip, then lift it up. As you lower it down, your abs are tight. As you lift them up, they're super tight. Keep breathing. Suck in that tummy. I have noticed that the Christmas music is already starting around town, but I'm going to campaign for a whole bunch of songwriters to write Thanksgiving music.
We need to be more thankful.
Yes. What number are we on?
14.
Abs. You should feel that left butt cheek working with the alignment, knee over the top of your foot. Your abs are working because these are sit-ups. This really reshapes your butt, but functionally
20.
helps you to behave better. Okay, toes come off the ground, abs are nice and tight. Same thing, lift and lower. Watch the alignment of the knee. Smiles are up. Keep breathing. No pressure in your low back. It's all happening through your left butt cheek. Abs.
10.
Good. Hip circle time. Oh. Keep breathing. Opposite direction. Okay.
We gotta fix that poster.
Yeah. Oh.
I've been staring at it all morning. It's like,
If you have a chance, you should look at this poster because it actually gives you a good idea what muscles we're activating. Right knee goes down. Or sorry, left knee goes down, right foot goes forward. Sorry, my fault. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to start out with our riding reflex. Heads over the top of the block. You're going to do hip circles. Make sure the hip circles come from your abs and your hips, not from your knees, your shoulders, or your neck. Smiles are up.
10.
Opposite directions. Okay, abs are nice and tight. Hands going to stick them up. Here we go. Lift, hold, gently lower. Toes are off the ground. That's your left toes. Makes it easier, believe it or not. A number?
10.
Okay, good. We're stretch forward. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. You're breathing. Is that someone?
No, I think walking
Oh,
to the...
okay. Okay, we're going to work the hamstring a little bit here. Abs are nice and tight. Do not move your hips backwards. They stay forward. You're going to bend and straighten that left leg, bringing your heel to your butt. Toe is pointed up. Suck in your tummy, no pressure in your low back. If your foot cramps, it means you're using your foot.
10.
Okay, good. Hamstring is perfect.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
We're going to do a second set of these. Abs are nice and tight.
Not to sink into my right hip.
Yeah.
And you gotta hold it up.
Yes.
Or the pain's not that.
Right. No pain into the joint. We're working muscles,
10.
not joints. Okay. Okay, we're going to come back and just stick them up again. Going to regulate your blood pressure a little bit. Foot comes off the ground as you do hip circles. Hip circle, hip circle, hip circle, hip circle, hip circle, hip circle. Yeah, or whatever works.
10.
Opposite direction. The fact you're trying is really important. It's not perfection, it's willingness.
10.
Yeah. Okay.
We've been doing it for how many years? We still.
We just tell you guys to do it. Stretch forward. We're going to get your right hamstring. Remember, muscles, not joints. So if you feel yourself dropping into a joint, your knee joint, your hip joint, or your low back, tighten up muscles so you're stretching muscles. Keep breathing.
Ten.
Okay.
You're learning.
Where's your mentor and your...
It feels really good when you do it.
Okay, head over top of the block, abs nice and tight, hip circles. Try not to move your head. So yesterday I went out and was pulling weeds, and I was so proud of myself because I filled the whole garbage can, one of those green waste, and then I turned around and it looked like I did nothing. Opposite direction.
Did you get the roots?
Yeah, that's what took forever. You're like getting the roots, especially on, what is it called, Chinese violet? Those are just nightmare. And then the ones with the pokies on them.
10.
Okay, here we go. Hands and stick them up. We're gonna lift, hold, gently lower down. Just see what the balance is like. Your toes are off the ground. It does make it easier. And also explains how come our balance goes, because we lift our toes in the tops of the inside of the shoe when we wear shoes. Not so much here, but on the mainland, it's much more noticeable. What number is that?
10.
Okay. We're going to stretch forward. Oh. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. Do not cramp your foot as we bend and straighten that rear leg. Don't let your hips go back. Keep them forward. It's achieving the strength to use the muscles that we're supposed to use. And that's the hardest thing first starting to work out. Here we go.
Can we stretch for
No, we did this one first. Abs are nice and tight. That foot comes off the ground as you do hip circles, hip circles, hip circles, hip circles.
No, we did 2 sets of.
Oh yeah,
Remember
we did.
the
Okay,
stretch?
fine. We did 2 sets. 2 sets.
We stretched first.
We want to
and
make
then
sure we
did
don't.
second.
Did we do a stretch?
In between.
Okay, then we'll stretch, 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 stretch. I thought that was the reward. Abs are nice and tight. Remember, you're stretching muscles, not joints. Now that I'm back on track.
10.
Okay, and then we will go forward again to do the hamstring yet again. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy. Bend and straighten that rear leg. Abs.
10.
Okay, now. we
Now,
did
hip
the, okay,
circles.
okay, okay. Hands and stick them up. Toes are off the ground. Foot comes up, hip circle. Opposite direction. Okay. Onto the floor on your knees. So while I'm in Savers, I keep hoping to find some treasure that someone gave away that's actually worth $1 million. So I found this one teacup. It looked like really fine porcelain. I'm convinced that it's worth something. So when that, Traveling Roadshow comes through town, I'm gonna bring my little teacup. Where'd you find it? The Savers. And they're gonna tell me it's worth $1 million.
And when you rub it at night, the genie's gonna come out,
Yes.
right?
Okay, we're leaning back. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy, release. Suck in your tummy, release. The number?
19, 20.
Okay, curl those toes under. Ooh.
I'm good.
Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. You're gonna lean back. Keep your knees together. Shoulder blades are down and back. Suck in that tummy.
Thank you.
So there was a really cool story. I was talking to this art assessor, and he was telling me about this guy on island who doesn't let his name out because he doesn't want his family to know. But his family basically cut him out of any inheritance at all. And so his family, being not nice to him, says, well, you can take something out from the garage. So he took a box and it had 3 porcelain items in it. And he's just like, oh, I don't know what to do with them. So he went to the, what's this called? The, no, the swap meet. And he was going to sell it. And someone's like, oh, I'll offer you $35 for all of it. And somewhere in the back of his head, he said no. What number we at? So I can.
Done.
Okay. We're gonna kick our toes. Anyways, the long and short of it is he decided not to, and he took it to Sotheby's. And it took Sotheby's 3 years to figure out what it was. And it turned out one that looked like it was made out of plastic, and the base was synthetic. And this was what made it so difficult to determine, because the base was synthetic, everyone thought it was fake. But the porcelain was too fine. And it turns out the base was synthetic because there was a short period during the 1700s that they ran out of ivory. So they made a synthetic material. So this turns out to be one of the greatest examples of Ming vases. And that particular vase was 3.5 million. The other two were 1.5 million. He kept it, and he never told his family. No, what he did is he, whatchamacallit, where you collateral loaned it. Yeah.
Like to museums.
Yeah. So I like stories like that. Okay, so we're here. We're going to do a little pelvic floor work, and then we're going to do butt work. You're going to sit on top of the ball, on top of the block. Make sure that ball's midway between your pubic bone and the tailbone. We're going to access the abs because we got to get to the abs to get to the butt. So tighten your abs, then release. Make sure that head's over the top of the ball.
That's what's going to happen with my Coke bottles.
Yes. Maria collects Coke bottles.
I used to go outer islands, go digging
Oh, really?
for Coke bottles. Kauai used to have a lot before Hurricane Iniki, I think, actually.
I have some old bottles too. There's a place out in, right before Punaluu,
Uh-huh.
like a little shop, and we got a couple of the bottles from there. The old Coke bottles with the ball in it.
Yeah.
Stopper, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're going to take your right foot forward. We're just learning to turn on the abs. You'll see why. Abs, 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 abs. Head over top of the body. Yeah, sometimes it will get your hip flexor, and your job is try to pull it back into your abs. What number?
10.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna lift. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep breathing. Okay, switch sides. This is just to fire things on. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. Heads over top of your pelvic floor. Smiles are up.
You know, they say that at the Eulalie Palace, when they did some work and they dug up some of the ground over there, they found thousands of bottles.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet. Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. So fun in Santa Barbara, same thing happened. They found an old trash dump and it was loaded with glass bottles and all collectible.
20.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna come off.
You gotta lift.
Oh yes, I lift lowered. You made me forget. I got beyond the bottles. You made me forget. Abs are nice and keep breathing. Abs are nice and tight. The goal is to really get into your abs, not your hip flexor.
10.
Okay, good. Now we can work our butt.
Yeah, I was collecting all the islands. There's Coke bottles with on the bottom. It's actually raised lettering into the glass.
Yeah, they're really
All
cool.
all the islands that had Coke bottle. So I have the Molokai one. That was the one I was looking for. I actually had a half bottle that was broken when somebody was digging, because a lot of times when they find something when they're digging, it's broken. So I had half a bottle, the Molokai bottle, for a long time. And then a friend on Molokai one day called me and said, you know what, I have something for you.
Okay.
Can you tell that they're from different islands?
Mm-hmm. It's written on it.
It's embedded into the bottle. On the bottom of the bottle, it says, like, there's one that says Honolulu, Molokai, Kauai. So all the islands had the...
I bet it tasted really good too. Okay, so we're gonna work the hip now. We're gonna do our pile driver first. You're gonna try to lower your right knee down, and then you're gonna lift it up, lower it down, lift it up. You're using your abs as much as you're using your what's called your glute minimus on your left side. Really feel yourself pulling from your abs,
What's the cheat?
not using your abs, and using your low back. Yeah.
10.
Okay, we're going to switch sides first. Try to get your knee to the ground and then lift up, knee to the ground and lift up. Keep breathing. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. Okay, good. We're going to rest for a second so I can tell another story. It's actually about Sandy. Sandy got an iWatch and she was all impressed with it because it tells how many steps you can take. And she was like, what do you call it when you slap the emu?
Chanting.
Yeah, she was. Anyway, she's just like, look, I did 3,000 steps. But I was sitting the whole time. It was from moving her arm. Okay, we're going to go back to the original side. So the block's underneath your left knee. Your right knee is down to the ground. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. First thing I want you to do is tighten your abs. As you take your leg out to the right, you're primarily using your right butt cheek. You shouldn't be using your left butt cheek at all right now. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. What number is that?
9. 10.
We're going
I
to...
should have 9. I've just got myself in place in a lot.
Okay, lower down. We're going to switch sides. You're going to, now on your left leg, we're going to go in the low position. So lower it down. This will help you focus on the working butt cheek. So this will be now your left butt cheek as you take it out to the side. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Oh, this should be your left butt cheek working. Stay low.
10.
Okay, we're going to switch sides again. Now we're going to go into the high position. Lift your knee up, 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 up. Your abs should be on. You're going to take your leg out to the side. It should be now level with the ground. You're gonna lift from there. Both arms are straight.
9, 10.
Keep pushing your hips over to the right.
We're going on Linda's count.
Okay, switch sides. Okay, so lift that hip up. Leg goes out to the side. Abs are nice and tight. Knee is higher than your foot and at least parallel to the ground. Push your hips over to the left. Both elbows are straight.
10.
Okay, rest. Do you feel anything?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna swing around. We're gonna do sit-ups right away because our butt.
You know, she's finally learned. How many classes have you been in?
Make sure your feet are parallel and then your knees are over tops of your feet. Chest goes up even more. And now you're gonna try to pop the ball sucking in your tummy. This will activate your rectus abdominis and your transversus. Keep breathing. Abs are nice and tight.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay, raise your left hand, keep your chest up. Chest up, same thing. Doesn't feel like much, but it gets your oblique. Keep breathing. Smiles are up. Okay, switch hands. Abs. Chest up. Don't use your hip flexors, use your abs.
$17, $20.
Okay, good. Rest for a second. Keep breathing. So, if you guys don't know it, my favorite thing in the whole wide world is going to the dentist and having my teeth cleaned. You want to avoid getting the flu, get your teeth cleaned. Abs are nice and tight, sucking your tummy. Here we go. Arms are in front of you. We're going to go right and left. You're handing off turkey, getting ready for the Thanksgiving Olympics. Sucking that tummy. Pecan, apple, the different pies you could have. Keep breathing.
20.
Okay.
We're going with the higher count so Linda can't cheat.
Okay, lift your butt up off the ground. We're gonna go for a walk. Your butt's off the ground. Hands are at your sides. Here you go, opposite hand, opposite foot. We're walking. Your butt's off the ground. Opposite hand, opposite foot. There you go. Smiles are up. Okay, arch over the top of the ball as you rock from side to side. So if you feel this in your low back, you used your psoas. If you feel this in the front of your hips, you used your iliacus. But if you feel it right down what would be your six pack, it means you used your abs. Okay, bend your knees, put the ball underneath your sacrum. Okay, I want you to pretend you just put a champagne glass on your belly and you don't want to spill it. Tighten your abs. Okay, now you're going to lift your right leg up without spilling your champagne, and then your left leg. Just keep going back and forth. Small motions, but keep your abs stabilized. Don't only use your hip flexors. Don't only use that psoas. Do use your abs. Keep the abs sucked in. Let me just check and see how you guys are doing. Suck in that tummy. No arching of the back. Suck, 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 suck in that tummy. Fire up those abs. First, second, third chakras are on.
20.
Okay, feet come off the ground. Your toes or shins are table-topped. Abs are nice and tight. You are not lifting up your head, but you're going to try to suck in your tummy until your spine touches the ground. What's nice is you cannot use your butt or your quads on this one. You have to use your abs. Do not fall off the ball.
10.
Let's do an extra 10. Those are just fun. It's like going to Disneyland or a fancy restaurant. Okay, straight legs, rock from side to side. Try to figure out what you used. If it's your low back, it's your psoas. Front of your hips, it's your iliacus. But if it's your abs, you used your abs. And that's great. Oh. Okay, we're gonna sit back up again as we do a little snow skiing, because 'tis the season. Hands go back behind you, your butt is on the ball. Make sure it doesn't grab your shirt. Your feet come off the ground. We're gonna go side to side as you use your obliques with a twist. This will help with your surfing too. Whoops, it'll rip the microphone off too. We'll just wait till Abby gets it. We're still at 3. Oop, microphone again.
You still going?
I'm waiting for Abby. Okay, so now we're going to be heavy on your right butt cheek. Your legs, your shins should be parallel with the ground. And you're just going to bring everything together. This will work your obliques. This comes in handy if you're sitting on someone's head and the lava starts to rise.
10.
Switch sides. You won't get burned. Use that oblique.
10.
Okay. Once again, arch over the top of the ball. Rock from side to side. Oh. Okay. Lift up your booty, lay flat back against the ground. See what the ground feels like behind you. Should feel wonderful. We're going to now integrate all of this. You're going to lay on your roller and lengthwise. Butt is on the roller, head is on the roller, your spine is level or on the roller against the roller, your abs are tight, deep first, second, third chakra. Close up that rib cage. Here we go. Take both hands into the air. Feel what it feels like to balance and breathe. Oh, that's nice. Okay, and then take your right leg into the air. Abs. Make sure your spine's not coming off the roller. As you now switch legs. Left leg goes in the air. Your abs are nice and tight.
Oops.
Feel the balance. Make sure your spine's against the roller. No pressure in your low back. And leg down, rest for a second. So one of the other places Mario and I went to was a place called Woodcrafters.
Woodcraft.
Woodcraft. Oh my God, so much nicer than Home Depot. That is where you should go if there's a zombie apocalypse. They have everything for cutting something off. Okay, now your hands go up in the air. You're going to set them into motion. See what it feels like to move. They can do exactly the same thing. They could do asymmetrical things. One arm can move at a time. But see what it feels like to move around. Keep your abs engaged. Okay, rest for a second. Abs are nice and tight. Take your right leg into the air. Set it into motion. See what it feels like to move this leg in the air. This is ball and socket joint, so the motion should be nice, smooth, and round. Oh. This is in case you get stuck in an avalanche and the only thing that's free is your leg to signal people to come get you out of the snow.
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii. That means the ice machine really broke loose.
You're buried in the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, your friend buried you in the sand.
They left and they forgot where they put you. Okay, switch legs. Notice the amount of core stabilization it takes to move this leg around. That is why you have to learn to stand before you walk, walk before you run, run before you do gymnastics. Okay, leg down. Now that you're all proud of yourself, arms go in the air, right leg goes in the air, everything goes into motion. Woo! Try to keep your balance, see what it takes. Try to cross midline. You can move them separately or together. The goal is to keep in balance. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy. It's okay if you fall off balance. This is the time to do it. Not when you're holding a 7-layer cake. Yes, Maria?
No, I think.
Switch legs. Left leg goes in the air. Abby's so little, she makes such a big noise.
Fight or flight.
Well, at least this is about as close to the ground you'll be falling.
Okay, both legs and arms go down. Okay, both legs go in the air. Set them into motion, see what it feels like to move them around. Core stays on. And rest. Keep breathing. See if your spine's still connected to the roller or has it lifted off. Once again, your legs go in the air. And now your right hand will go in the air as you move your legs and arm around. This is probably the last motion you make as you're kicked off a bunking bronco or a big wave.
Or imitating that dying roach.
Okay, switch arms. Keep breathing. And go ahead and rest down. Just notice your breathing, notice your core. So what was really cool this weekend, Mari and I went to the Arts and Crafts show over there in Hawaii Kai, and Gillen and Abby were selling bricks and coconuts, and when they told us about it the first time, I thought they were crazy. But we got there, and these bricks are amazing.
So cute.
They have things written on them, and they're cement bricks, and they have coconuts with plants in them, and we got a staghorn, what is it called? Not elk.
Fern.
Fern.
I thought you were making bricks out of coconuts.
I was too. I thought they were crazy.
How do you make bricks?
I thought that was an expression of they were doing something, we're crazy. Well, we got there. They were so cute. When's the next time your guys' show happens?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay. But if you want, you can order through them.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're super cute.
They are going in my clay studio.
No, they're going on my fire
Nope.
pit. Okay, just notice your breathing. Notice the connection to your abs and your butt now, or your hips, and how it naturally integrates to your shoulders. Notice how breathing is integral to all of this. Feel what your body goes through every day and what patterns you typically use, and see what it feels like to put them back into the pattern they're supposed to be working in. One of the fine eating establishments I took Maria to on our weekend of dating was Bob's Barbecue.
In the heart of Kalihi.
Yes, beautiful place, but it has an elevated platform that has 2 steps on it. And I just watched in horror as people went up these 2 steps, and what happened is instead of raising their head up with each step, their head went down with each step that they went up. So by the time they're on that platform, they're almost falling down. So right now, you're doing the opposite. You have legs that are bent, and your torso and your head are upright. That's athletic ready posture. Because we don't want you to be those people at Bob's Barbecue falling on your face. So just breathe. And then find your center point. That's a point in the center of your body where you have complete balance. Once you find that place, they also call it still point. It's the point where everything ceases to work against each other and it works harmoniously. Thoughts slow down, breathing connects, and you're basically in meditation. Now gently roll off your roller onto your back. See what the mat feels like underneath you. If you've done everything correctly, you should feel that groove. And that's because your back stabilizers are turned on to stabilize and your hips are open to move. Just continue to breathe. When the muscles are in balance, everything feels receiving. When the muscles in the body are out of balance, everything seems hurtful. So feel what it feels like to breathe and rest with a balanced body. You guys have done an amazing job, and on behalf of Maria and me, we'd like to say thank you for being here, supporting us, being present, doing the crazy things that we ask of you, enjoying my counting. We appreciate you so much, and namaste.
Namaste.